Well, good morning or afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our bi-weekly free seminars. This seminar is going to cover techniques in RoadEng for survey reduction, terrain modeling, contouring, and generation of profiles related to bridge site plans. And as always, we will be recording today's presentation, and we will email you a link to the YouTube video in case you want to watch it again or forward it to anyone who missed the presentation. And just for those of you who are new to Softree, just a little bit about us. We are based in Vancouver, BC. We're a civil design software company. We have been in business for over 25 years, and we have quite a number of clients. And our philosophy is that we make our software easy to use. We focus on engineering over drafting. We aim to make our software fast and powerful to handle large problems, and we're always trying to be innovative. So that's a little bit about us. And with that, I will pass on to Jack.
Good day, folks. I'll be your presenter today. My name is Jack Rymack. Today we're going to talk about bridge site plans and designing bridge site plans. I will show you two methods on how to design a bridge site plan. First method is a little bit easier. Create an abutment just using the fill from an existing road. And then the second way I'm going to do it is a little more complicated. I'm going to import a ballast wall, create an abutment using that method. Show you both methods within about, I think we have about half an hour for this demo. Let's get started. Here's a road in our location design module. Export that road, certain features of that road as brake lines. Import them into the terrain module. Let's just do that. Export them out first as a terrain. By the way, if you have any questions, there is a questions panel available to you. I will look over every so often and answer your questions verbally. I'm going to export this road as a terrain file. You will be presented with this dialog box right here, export to terrain dialog box. I'm going to turn off a few things. Actually, one of them is already turned off for me. Turn off the center line, which is already turned off. I don't need those features. I'm just going to export these codes right here. Road edge left, road edge right. Ditch, the ditches. That's about it. And all of these features are brake lines. It will open up automatically for me in a terrain, an empty terrain. All those codes will be available to me. I'm just going to delete the south road because I'm just going to work on the north portion. Don't want it in the way. Bring in my topo as a background. Right-click, active window plan options, background, add the original ground as my background. Just as a point of reference so I can see where I'm working. Select my two road edge features, which are the and then close them on the other end. Got to create a polygon if you want to do grading operations in our software. Next step is to grade the road down to the original ground. Just need to know which direction I'm grading. I'm going to move along the road a little bit. I have to grade to the right. Press the grade button. I'm grading to the right. And what am I grading to? I'm grading to the original ground. I'm going to do a 1-to-1 fill. Interpolate extra cross sections, slope lines every 2 meters. Set daylight to tin boundary, calculate tin, calculate volumes. The original ground is my original surface, the final ground. You can see that my fill slope is falling into my stream. I don't want it to do that. I'm going to manipulate my road edges and just move it back a little bit more. So I'm going to redraw portions of my road. Right click to get the added insert. There's an extra point here. I'm just going to delete it. There's an extra point over here too. I'm going to delete that one and then move my road back. These lines right here, these slope lines, will disappear once I regenerate my regrade. So there's no worry about those sticking around. I'm going to create a little turnaround here also. Just make a little bit more of a wider portion over here, just so you guys can see how to do this. I want to do the same thing on this side. Push this back a little bit more because I know it's going to have problems again falling into the creek or the stream. Let's regrade. Press the grading button again. There, that looks better. It's not falling into my creek anymore. The fill's not falling into my creek. Generate my tin and contours one last time, just to make sure I have them. I need to save this out, and I'm going to merge it all together once I'm done. Okay, so what I've done so far is I've exported features, brake line features from the location design module as a terrain, joined a couple of features together, making a closed boundary, grading down to the ground, manipulating those features, redrawing them so that I can make a turnaround at the end, or turnaround at the end before it crosses the bridge. And then I graded, did my tinning and contouring. Let's take a look at a 3D view of this, just so that you can see it. Window, new window, graphics, 3D. Looks pretty good to me. Okay, so that's one method of creating an abutment. I'll show you another method using a ballast wall feature. Let's do that now. First of all, before I do that, I'm going to save this out as another name. I'm going to call it Bridge Design North. Start a new empty terrain. Bring in my background, my original ground. Into the terrain, just as again as a point of reference. Zoom extents. See the entire background, zoom in a little bit more, turn off my scale, lock scale. So I'm going to work on this side now of the stream, not the north side. I'm going to work on the south side. Insert my ballast wall. And center it in the screen, so I'm not searching for it across Hell's Half Acre. Move it around, select all the features. Be aware that the only features that exist in this terrain are the ballast wall features. The other features you see here are just a background, the contours of the original ground. Take a look at our ballast wall feature. Before I do that, let's just manipulate it a little bit. I'm going to change its elevation, because right now you can see the elevation is at around 0 or 0.8. Select all the features. Make sure that I have the top selected as the current feature. You can see that by the crosshairs. If I lock my scale for a bit, and you'll see the crosshairs appear as you zoom in. There they are. Right-click to modify the elevation of that feature, and then all the other features will move relative to it. Being the current feature, I'm going to move it to about elevation 200 meters, and then all the other features will move relative to that top feature. So if I select all the other features, you'll see that they'll be at a little bit of a lower elevation. One of them is at 199. Another one is at 198.5. Well, my top feature is at elevation 200. Select all the features again. I'm going to move this around, reorient it on the screen. To go into move size mode, you click on Control M, keystrokes Control M as in move, and then just hover your selection cursor over the feature you want to move. Once you get the 8 little handles. These 8 little handles are really convenient for making the feature larger if you want to, making it longer, and we just added a new feature in our software where you can actually rotate that feature by clicking on the edge here. You get this rotation cursor, left click, and drag and rotate around that center point. If you got it oriented the way you like it, you can move around the center point a little bit more. Next step is to, I'm going to have the ballast wall sitting on top of a riprap fill, make it a little bit more stable. I got to click the base of the wall, or select the base of the wall, and then grade it down to the ground. Just have to figure out which way I'm going to grade. I got to grade to the right. Before I grade, I'm going to show you what this looks like in 3D. I promised you to do that. window, new window, graphics, 3D. There it is. I'm going to show you how to do a, before I do the grading, I'm going to just show you how to do a quick coordinate transformation, move everything down, shift it down by a certain elevation, select all my features. Select my base again, and then select all. Right click, modify selected feature. If you don't have it exactly where you want it, elevation or coordinates, you can rotate here. You can move it around here. What I like to use this dialog box for, the coordinate transformation dialog box, is to just shift offset feature, the elevation up or down a little bit, maybe a meter or half a meter. I'm going to go down by about 0.5, negative 0.5. And then grade down to the ground. Grading to the right, grading to the original ground. Just want to make sure I have that original ground selected. I'm going to steepen up the fill a little bit more. Interpolate points, calculate 10, calculate volume. I don't need to so we have 73.8 cubic meters of fill underneath the ballast wall. That looks pretty good to me. Let's take a look at it in 3D one last time, and then I will, actually I'm going to merge it in, and then we'll look at it in 3D. File, save as first. Make sure that I got my train. Good. File, save as, south abutment. Open up my original ground. Merge my south abutment into the original ground. So what this did was basically, like if you've seen other examples of ours where we've graded and merged, for instance our pad design, it created a hole in this area, got rid of all the old data, and merged in the new south abutment. Next step is to generate my tin contours. You can see that the contours follow on their circular around the base of that fill. Let's take a look at it in 3D now. It's pretty nice if I do say so myself. Okay, save this first. File, Don't save, just save as, because you will affect your original ground if you try to save it. I'm going to call it original ground plus south abutment. Okay, a little recap of what we've done so far. Just after the north abutment that I did, I have opened up the original ground again as a background, brought in a ballast feature or a ballast wall, created a fill, moved the ballast wall around to the correct location, rotated it around, changed its elevation, created an engineered fill at the bottom of the ballast wall to riprap, so it's a little bit more stable. The last step is to, I'm going to draw a portion of road and then merge everything together. Grade the road down and then merge all of the components together into one terrain. Start again with the background being the one that I just had, the ballast wall and my original ground. So that's going to be my starting background to draw my road. Unlock my scale so that I can work with it a little bit better, and the labels don't look too large. Okay, now let's draw a feature. Make sure that your background has snapping on, so that you can snap to the top of the ballast wall when you're drawing your road. My ballast wall is a little bit more skewed than I'd like, but I guess I could have gone back to when I was designing the ballast wall and rotated a little bit more before I did this. It's fine for now. Let's just draw the road feature. Edit, new feature. Call it road. Turn on all of these toggles, including brake line. And I just have to figure out what the elevation is going to be. I'm going to hover over my ballast wall. It looks like it's 199.5, top of my ballast wall. Edit, new feature, road, mouse, change the starting elevation. Although since I've got snapping on, it should automatically snap to 199.5, which it does. Change that a little bit over, make it a little bit wider. Come down a little bit more. Change direction. Over the center line. I'm just going to follow this center line, eyeballing equidistant. Hopefully I'm equidistant. Try to make it as parallel as possible. You could have actually brought, like I had at the beginning of this whole, when I was exporting my location design, I could have actually brought my existing road back and then worked on the end of that road. I just wanted to show you a different way of doing it, just drawing a road by freehand. make sure that this road is snapped to that top of ballast wall, and then close the road so it's a looped boundary. Right click, modify selected feature, close, and then we're going to do our grading. I'm going to grade to the left. Press the grading button, left, grade to my original ground, change my fill so it's a little bit shallower, interpolate points, generate tin, calculate volumes, this is the original. Okay, so there's my, you can see my fills going off this way. That's what it should do. It shouldn't go over top of the wall. So when you do your grading, it should be below the wall, south of the wall. Shouldn't have any, if you do have any portion of your grading going over top of the wall, then you probably do not have the correct elevation. You didn't snap on the wall directly, or it was the wrong elevation. Let me save this out as, just make sure that I generate my tin and contours, then I'll put all the components together. Save as road. Open up my original ground plus ballast wall plus south abutment, sorry. And then merge my road into there. Press the merge button, which is right here. Road. There. Again, cookie cutter, took out all the old information. I'm going to introduce the north side too that I did before. Insert that, or sorry, merge that in. Finally, generate my tin and contours. My road here looks a little bit narrow, but that's fine. I guess I could have made the road a little bit wider before I actually merged it in. You guys got the idea? Let's just take a look at last look at it in 3D, and there it is with the road and the north road and the south road with a ballast wall. Thank you very much, and join us for another couple weeks for another demonstration that we have. Thank you.